Hi everybody, this is Joanna from your early morning Ascension show, or early afternoon, or early evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much for tuning in. So grateful to connect with you today. So excited, and we wanted to focus on a couple of really important reminders and attunements that you can move with in your everyday co-creations of who you are becoming as the sovereign being of who you are. And I just wanted to also say a quick thank you to everybody that's had their glyphs and the responses that you've been sending me from the activations, and you're working with your glyphs. We've had a tremendous response, and I'm so very lucky. I might be increasing the price of them just because it's taking me longer to create with them. And I'm finding the experience is so profound, and I want to make sure that I'm pouring my best and my highest energy into it. And so I'm going to be creating a wait list for those of you that order the glyphs. I was thinking that it would take 2 to 4 days, but now it's like a week's response time, so that I can also fit in private clients and classes. And so those of you that would like a healing glyph with a video, the link is below, and it's just by a PayPal donation. And we wanted to talk about new ascension energies and how important it is for each and every one of us to own the sovereignty of who we are. Sovereignty is going to be more and more of our intention and our benevolence in our own light ship, if you will. We are the vessels of Source Creator in this beautiful ocean of energy and unconditional love that Source will always offer us a palette of new experiences. And we are the commander of our own light ship. The vessel of who we are is light. And honoring that vessel of light in all ways, thought, word, and deed, and in devotion of who we are and what we want to experience. And it's an every moment occurrence that we have to constantly release what no longer serves us and sort out those stories of lower vibrational lack and limitation and fear and greed that seem to hold us in realities that are not serving us and are not happy. We're meant to be happy. We're meant to be joyful children. We are meant to live within the epitome of ever exploring and ever be in excitement of and curiosity of who we are as mental divine beings of light, and always expanding that mental capability to harmonize the lower mind with the higher mind. We're always meant to live in expansiveness and a wonder of how we're able to feel things, because that's how we manifest. It's how we feel. Are we feeling really great today? Are we feeling like we are aligned with our highest version of who we are? Are we feeling as if we actually can communicate with our planet in all ways, because we can? Most of my clients that offer their time with me, and I'm so honored to connect with so many of you. Many of you have come here with dynamic, unique experiences that you're meant to co-create with Gaia in these wonderful new ways. That many of the experiences this week have shown me that there's many new councils that have been created because of how Gaia is moving through Ascension and the shifts that she's moving through, to be very gentle with us through these shifts, and for us to be gentle with her. And why it's so important that we continue to center understanding our multidimensional bodies, living within the sovereignty of who we are, and living with as much grace and peace and centeredness as we can, because our energy and our vibration and how we walk and how we affect the world affects her. And she's trying to be as soft and as gentle as she can through these dynamic shifts of change, so that she's honoring as many lives and as many souls as possible through this accelerated transition of acceleration. And so everything is always a divine plan, and why it's important that we understand the sovereignty and start honoring and nourishing ourselves, to live in that peace and that self-love of who you are, and to never go outside of yourself to look for what it is you think you need. Whether it's from another, thinking that you require peace and stability from another, it's always from within. You can only gain peace and stability through yourself. You can only gain peace and stability through who you are with Source. And so why that multidimensional self-care approach is how we're going to rebalance our whole entire world and our whole entire planet. Understanding the process of ascension, releasing the vibrational threads and the stories that we believed ourselves to be, and start awakening and being in this essence of who we are as spirit, creating matter. And why our emotions are so very important, and why most are walking around with many imbalances and dysfunctions, because of the vibrational stories that they've been held within and they've chosen, and that we hold as a collective, that we're now releasing. Everything that we see that's unfolding on the collective level is a part of each and every one of our stories within ourselves, that we're coming forward to say, hey, we're ready to step forward in a new way, and we're ready to step forward and start being of resolve for our planet. That higher vibrational resolve, which the councils, and many of you that are awakening to your destinies and how you're meant to help the planet, how you're meant to awaken. Like I was saying, these councils are allowing us to see that there's far greater going on than we understand, and why we have those synchronistic intrigues, why we have those synchronistic downloads of suddenly being interested in something which before we weren't. Because you're threaded with all of these councils that are doing much for the planet. And in your experiences of excitement and exploration and curiosity, you're feeding that information to the councils and the groups that you're working with. Thank you for joining us today, councils, councils of light. Thank you. Because Gaia is going through tremendous help. Because remember, we are threading ourselves in and out, thank you, councils of light, in future potentiations of other planets going through ascension. And we want to understand, how does a planet move? How does a grand planet like Gaia, her consciousness, her body, all that she is a living being, how does she move through ascension, and how can we help other planets that will be moving through ascension next? Because remember, it's always micro macro, and everything that affects us affects the all. So our galactic experience, our universal experience, is affecting all planets within itself. And so each and every time that each and every one of us awaken to this expansive being of who we are, we affect the all, and we assist the ascension demographic experience on all that is. My teams are reminding me to slow down. Sorry, I get so excited. I get so excited. I'm really practicing on how I deliver. And so thank you for all those that have been with me for so very long, because it's my passion to offer the Christ consciousness and to be a conduit for the Holy Christ, and to be a consciousness conduit for the many councils that I work with. And so I'm practicing how to deliver in the way that would serve the most greatest audience. And so those of you that are just newly awakened or have been awakened for quite some time, please feel free to go back to many of our videos, because we do offer multidimensional stories within what we offer. And there are codes and there are breakdowns that your bodies and that your souls and your fields need, and why you are often intrigued and linked into coming here, because there's much that we offer on a vibrational level that is not seen and heard, but you feel it in your heart that, wow, this sounds familiar, and discernment will allow you to say, this sounds really exciting. I knew there was a reason why I'm here. And so just know that. And I'm also working on how to deliver this information in a way that would serve everybody. This is the side perspective, and it's all a beehive experience. And this is just a very quick diagram that they showed me years ago. The multiverse that's going through ascension, this is our universe right here. And this would be a universe that would say be up in a level, if you will. And this would be a universe that would be sort of down on a level, talking of dimensional vibration. But again, it's not, that's what it is. It's just the words that we have. So the bottleneck that we were creating as a collective, and those fears that had created the bottleneck, and if you go back to our videos about the bottleneck from the councils that had offered that to me, we now broke the bottleneck, because there's enough of us in a higher vibration to kind of pull the rest of the collective up. And so this vibrational thread is now shifting to a higher vibrational thread, and it's a continual weaving. It's like the weaving of a song. It's like the weaving of vibrational threads, and that's how I've always seen it, as threads. And so at a universal multiverse level, this is what's happening. So as we move up and shift up here, that cog then comes up here. So it's like the cogs in the wheel. So too is it no different than the micro macro within the cells of each and every one of us. As each of the cells are being healed and garnered and calling in that greater light, so too do the cells around it want to gather greater light. But it's up to us to be sovereign within who we are, to say, I'm now taking commandmentship of who I am as this essence of light. And I'm going to start managing and offering my cells to listen to my voice as spirit, to now direct my divine lightship in a way that serves me. I want to be able to offer the highest youth for all my cells and all my systems. I want to be the one that says, I call in that light. I call in those synchronicities from source. I call in those manifestations through which I can use my multidimensional gifts and wisdoms to help the greater good. And this is how each and every one of us, micro, macro, also affect the systems that are now breaking down. The systems of 3D that we've all co-created through the lower consciousness of what we thought we needed to give our power away to, we're now saying, well, we can create a different experience. As we said in our other day, that video about governance of oneness, the councils of light were showing me that the light that each of us infuse affects the all. The light that each and every one of us are affects the all. Can you allow yourself the commandmentship to know that your greatest and highest guidance is within? To release yourself from all stories that are seemingly outside of you that want to pull you and to allow you to contrive yourself in stories that are not your choosing, of your making, of your writing. And know when those stories come up and those triggers come up on how to pull yourself out of it and say, no, I choose to be the highest sovereignty of who I am, because I get to choose. And for those of us that are divine feminine, that's a pretty big deal. We're faced with these tests all the time. And we're often squishing and squashing our voices because we've been so used to, and the entrainment of vibration that says our voices are not valid, our voices are not important. Well, they very well are. Our everything in our systems require our light. They require our new intelligence, our higher intelligence, and why that daily self-care, the realignment of your sovereignty, caring about your vibration, being the commander of all that you are as a multidimensional being of light that's creating matter, absolutely creates that 5D reality. So this is what we're doing now that they showed me in these classes this week. Oh, and before I forget, those of you that would like to purchase the classes that we've already done on the Divine Feminine Moon, Wisdom, and Healing Leadership class. We had our first class last week and it was incredible. Yesterday's World Weekly Ascension class was incredible. We harmonized with our 5D versions of ourselves, and there was collectives and colleagues of the fifth dimension that were calling us and harmonizing us up, just like the councils of light were showing me how we thread our programs into higher light programs as we're infusing light into it, and we're calling those programs up to align with the light councils. And that's how we manifest the light and the spirit of who we are into an actual matter reality. And so that was a really, really cool class. And we had some great visualizations that we practiced in that class and some great feedback. So thank you everybody that was with us in that class. So if you'd like to purchase that class and that video, I don't think I deleted it. I hope I didn't delete it. I don't think I deleted it. No, it's still there. Okay, good. And I can send you that video. And so just drop a donation on our PayPal and you can get a copy of that class yesterday. And then join us every Saturday at 1:30. It was a really, really good class because what we're doing now, I'm finding, is that those that join us in those classes are the ones at the forefront that are really aching to be the leaders of their community, to be the healers and the teachers that are those ones that are really infusing light into programs to rebuild anew. And that's how we're creating that matter. So it was really, really great to speak to those 5-dimensional beings of ours and our colleagues in the 5th dimension that are pulling us up and inspiring us to break again that bottleneck every time we feel stagnant, every time we feel like we're in a place of resistance or non-movement. And it's really important that we allow ourselves that daily self-care, clearing out what doesn't serve, facing the stories of vibrational limitation and fear, and knowing that it's all just neutral, they're all just stories. The fear really isn't there. And then choosing from a new place of love and centeredness of who you are with source, and then creating that manifestation of that new reality. And why, when we're looking at the multidimensional allness, everything in our socioeconomic system, as we talked about in that governance of oneness video, how everything in our socioeconomic system will change based on the understanding that how our systems have been broken and how we're here to infuse light to begin anew, because our consciousness is changing. Our systems, our socio-altruism will be of our raising consciousness, and how we begin to create those healing systems and serving the greater good, and not just continuing older systems that don't serve and that are not healed, don't serve the greater good. Many of our systems have been created to be the means to the end and the ends to the means. And that's not where we're at anymore. Our consciousness is far higher and far greater. The consciousness of who we are, the DNA of who we are, is far grander. It's far deeper. It's far wider. So the systems that have never been for many, many years. I remember when I was a kid, they're not serving those of us with genetics of crystalline energy and crystalline children and rainbow children. So it's really exciting. It's really, really exciting, people. So for those of you that would like a private session with us, that we kind of tap into what your blocks are and the different councils that you're working with and how you can kind of take yourself to that new level, please feel free to connect with us. Most often than not, that's what comes through, because the councils and all of the beings on the galactic version are now saying, okay, it's time to step up, humanity, let's go. You know, enough of the you know, the kind of sitting back and wondering what do we do after COVID and during COVID. We got to get up and we got to start manifesting this new socio-altruistic experience that we all dream of, that serves us at the soul level. And why many of us come forward with higher vibrational offerings, because at the soul level, we're all connecting at the heart to say, this is what I need today. I need to feel inspired about who I am as spirit. I need to feel inspired about who I am in this collective of community that I absolutely know I have gifts. I was a shaman before. I was a healer before. I have wisdoms about light that nobody ever knows about, and I can start bringing it to this planet, because you do. You have the gifts that planet Earth needs right now. You have the gifts that Earth needs right now to heal and replenish and nurture her so that she will be here sustainable for us and we her. It's a symbiotic experience. And why all that we exist within and all that we will co-create will be that symbiosis. And we need to start aligning our hearts in that way, because the councils of light are aligning us within those higher light programs of the Christ. We say the Christ outside of any dogma that's been written in you, all of you that understand our offerings know that. It's about who we are as Metatronic light, who we are as the most vast, expansive, infinite, and eternal light programs of who we are as the codes of light that are creating matter. And we have ultimate control over all that we are: body, mind, heart, spirit, and soul. And our soul will provide us all and everything that we need. Our soul is the vastness of who we are as light. It's been with us in all timelines. So if we desire that really experience that's creating, say, to create healing or education systems, our soul has that information in another lifetime that we can thread that information to, so that it becomes in your consciousness or your awareness through some means, whether it's an inspiration, whether it's through a dream, whether it's through a vision, whether it's through some sort of other inspiration from another. Your soul will ensure that that thread gets to you. And this is why it's really important to listen to that inner guidance and that inner counsel yourself. Another current ascension energy that they were showing me is that so many of the soul tribes and the awakened ones are being really, really called at a really deep soul level to move geographic locations, because again, Gaia is changing and shifting to support us. And our light as Christ conscious conduits are being called to different locations on the earth, so we can begin working on the grids that are of a certain activation. As we go through ascension, remembering your ascension schedule, your ascension process, your ascension timeline usually works within the month and the moon cycles. So it's always good to journal that. And as you're moving into these new cycles of awakening and these new cycles of ingathering of light, your body has reached a new vibrational experience, that new stage, that new level. And your body requires different aspects of biochemistry and electromagnetic frequencies, along with many other things: the collective energy, the tribes, where they're located, the future plans of the light programs, future collective cities of light and settlements of light, and all of those things that Source knows. It's not up to us to know that, but it's up to us just to tune in and follow the guidance from within. If we feel really, really intrigued to go somewhere, regardless of what outside stories are, those fear-based outside stories about cataclysms and all of these doom and gloom stories that are produced through the fear programs that want us to stay in fear, it's up to us to take that higher discernment. What is my Source would never take you to a place through which your health and your wellness would be of detriment. You're being guided there for a reason, and it's because of your electromagnetic experience with that grid and that space and those people that are aligned with the program that is coming, because Source knows all. So trust it. Source knows what Source is doing. And your soul and your oversoul and your higher self and all your teams and all of your guides will do and thread everything that you need to get to where you need to get to serve the highest and the greatest good. Also, just to have fun and be of joy in yourself. So trust that inner guidance, trust that inner direction of who you are. That's sovereignty. When you take your highest guidance above all else. And you can ask, and you can be a part of the entanglement of what others offer you and be appreciative of that. But most often than not, most do not have of your highest and greatest good more than you do. Because your soul knows, higher self knows, Source knows where your soul's destiny is meant to be and what you're meant to be doing. And your soul will want you to go back and forth and here and there and there and here. Because they showed me that because of this now moment of how we're healing all timelines, Source might need you to be here because someone that you met in another lifetime that you helped wants to help you now. And then you're going to go here for a couple of days or a couple of weeks or a couple of months or a couple of years. Because there was people there that helped you, and now you're there to help them. So it's always that reciprocation of any and all timelines and lifetimes where people are helping one another and giving and returning for, again, the greatest good of all. Because that's what the soul aches for. The soul just aches to be of service, to be of good. And when you're in tune with that, when you feel those urges to move, and they're really big urges, the 3 clients that we had this week were all about the real intriguing vibration to move. And, that have come seemingly, out of nowhere. And those are those soul callings that are saying you're meant to step up and do something in a different way, and you're meant to be with other people to co-create in that way. So follow it. Trust that intuition that you can't just stop thinking about, or you just can't stop creating with, whether it's a new invention, a new experience. And so trust those inner urges. Your soul knows what your soul is doing. And why we have the manifestations that we do on our planet, because they're continuing to further awaken us into our greatness and our grandness. And so how can we feel good about who we are? When we feel good about who we are, take a deep breath, fill up your body, and feel the lower part of your body ground to Gaia, because your destiny includes her. Your destiny includes your collective. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. Your destiny is absolutely connected with the collective needs. Your destiny is absolutely connected with Gaia. Your collective is also connected with the galactic and the universal. It's all threaded, micro, macro. There is no separation anymore. We are hearts of one. And this is why we wanted to bring forward and just do a really quick prayer for all of those that have been suffering, especially those in India, because we wanted to bring attention and intention to the grander awareness of our hearts being connected at a one level. That in the process of our transitioning into a 5D collective, there is a 3-day process through which we thread and embody ourselves with the Shikana, the Christ consciousness frequency through the divine mind and the divine hearts of Mother, Father. Thank you. When our collective is ready, at a collective level, our hearts will be threaded as one. And this is anywhere from a 2 to 3 day process of our hearts and threaded and connected at a very vibrational song as one, so that the collective heart of one can also be of manifest to other greater collectives of one. And so this is why, again, it's always micro, macro, but our hearts have to be ready for it, and working through as many of those separative and fearful based experiences as possible, clearing 51% of your karma from 3 to 5D. And in that experience, we're allowing ourselves to intend, and this is what we're going to start offering in our early morning ascension shows, is the evergreening awareness of who we are at a collective level. And just taking a few minutes a day to create an intention with your guides and your teams and the creators within you of where your intention and your light can better serve the collective oneness, because they're our family. The people that are suffering in India, that have lost so many, and are, when we see some of the images, it's kind of remarkable, and how don't have words for some of the images, and what our family on that experience would be going through, because they are our family. They're our brothers, they're our sisters, and they're our mothers and our fathers from many other timelines, from many other experiences, from celestial gatherings. And it's important that we care. It's important that we take time, 5 or 10 minutes a day, and just be in silence for what they're moving through. And all those that are suffering, the children that don't have homes, those that are on the streets that apparently have nobody to care for them and care of them. These are ways that we're growing in our oneness, because we truly must care. We truly must open our hearts and say, we are a family of one. How can we be of service? And it is our intention just to send light, our intention to send love, that we do love you, that we are of your brethren and your sisters. We are of the star families and the galactic oneness. We are of the councils of light. Sorry, I'm just feeling so much love from the councils of light that are feeding through my heart chakra. Thank you, Mother and Father. Thank you, creators, and thank you, holy councils of light, of all that we are. And there's an infinite number of councils and beings that are looking down upon our family of humanity, and it's now time for us to awaken into the oneness of who we are. And it's not threaded within any one religion, it's within all religion. It's the heart of who we are. Beyond skin color, beyond domestic income status, beyond our neighborhoods, it's beyond the bodies that we wear. We are hearts of one. We come from all planets, we come from all galaxies. So just anchor within the planet of Earth, so that we're sending Earth the beautiful benevolence of who we are. We're sending Earth the beautiful benevolence of who we are, so that as our love is sent to Earth, she's sending that love to everybody that needs it, because she knows exactly who everybody is on this planet. Everybody. Hi, Shishiatataka. Hi, Mamakataka. Hi, Shishi, Mamakataka. You come to me as a song. You come to me as a song, and I know of your birth. I know of who you are. I'm like the ever gracious mother that knows of your pains and knows of your ills and your challenges, for I am here with you. And I choose to send you a beautiful song of oneness. I choose to send you a beautiful song of awakening, dear ones. Do you see and feel your brothers and sisters from all over the world that are aching to connect with you? For each and every one of you just desire and ache to fit in and to belong. Do you belong to one another? Do you belong to me? For I belong to you. How may we sing together, dear lighted ones, for I know of you. And we garner that light from above and below, and we anchor it to the grids, and we send our light. And we send our care and our love and our oneness, that even though we might not know their names, but our hearts know one another. And make no mistake about it, our higher selves, hi Shishi Mama Katataka, our higher selves and our souls are gathering upon the light ships, and they're gathering upon other planets, and our hearts are saying they're connecting. Planet Earth is connecting. They're sending their love from all over the planet to places on the planet that need it. And that's when your compassionate hearts, dear lighted ones, In your everyday problems and your everyday triumphs, you just set them aside for just 5 minutes and just love. So whatever it is you're going through, surrender it to Source and just love. Because that's all that matters. So that we never again have a virus that takes so many, so unnecessarily. Just pray and send light, just pray and send light. Pray and send light to the grids. And Gaia will send light to everywhere that it's needed. And we ask the councils of light to send our prayers to those that are suffering, and for those that have lost so many family members, and for those children that have lost family members and they have no one to care for them. For we are a family of one. And nothing else matters. And we pray in light, the highest creators from all councils. We pray in grace for the highest benevolence for the intention of love of oneness, for the intention of love and oneness, for the intention of wellness and balance and goodness to all. For the intention of love and goodness to all, for the intention of love and goodness to all. I feel your hearts, dear ones. I feel your hearts opening. For your brothers and sisters feel you. That's all that matters. That's how you ascend. That's how you ascend. By opening your hearts and just caring a few minutes a day. And all else will be taken and transmuted. And anytime a limitation comes up, just place it in front of you. Just say, open my heart. Open my heart, Source. I want to love it whole. Because they're me. And if I can lessen their suffering just a little and just let them know that people all over the world are caring for them and loving them. Because in another lifetime, it was you. And you're going to want to know that people are there for you, that they're reaching out and they're saying, it's okay, we're here. No? Okay. Yeah, Mama. Thank you. Thank you. The High Council of Nine, thank you. Love you. Thank you. They're saying that it's so very nice to see you open your hearts for others, for this is how you understand that we feel for you. Thank you. Bye. But remember, it's the greatest thread of love through all creation. And all highest councils are also threading that love and care for us. So understand who you are as a multidimensional spirit of love and oneness. Your hearts are threaded with all, whether you know it or believe it or not, you are. And everybody in front of you that you think challenges you is another aspect of you for you to love. Just let go of the pettiness and the silliness and just love. Because at some point, all that is will be right in front of you for you to accept as love and oneness. Because at some point, everyone and everything will be brought back into love and oneness. That's all there is. That's why we're here. That's why we're here, is to remember ourselves as love and oneness. And all systems in this way. And all new beginnings in this way. And all new care and nourishment in this way. Love and oneness of our planet, of who we are as our body, our cells. Every cell, every atom is listening to you. I am the love of oneness. I am the love of oneness. Every cell, every organ, every aspect of me. I call for the harmonization of my higher self and my soul. And may all that I am as a soul bring the highest vibration of love. For my intention today is be a higher consciousness of love and oneness. So that I may be, and all that I am, the emanation of love that radiates through all creation. For may I be the illumination of all that I am as one. For this is all that my soul aches to desire. In its exploration and expression and experience of itself, for I am all that is love. And I be this, and I am this, and I send this radiation through all that is core creation. We are changing, we are remembering our oneness, and all that we are as brothers and sisters, are we not? We all ache to belong and to fit in. And we all understand that what we see in our reality that seems so separative and seems so violent and aggressive are those that have come forward with the belongings that they have never felt. For the true love that they have never felt. And it's in our reflection of their brothers and their sisters to say, you do belong, you are loved, we do care, you are a part of the family. For punishment and judgment will never heal that part. For only forgiveness and compassion to say you are a part of this family, whether you believe it or not. Just open your hearts and feel for it. That's why you're here. You're here to feel love in a different way, in a new way every day. You're here to open your heart in a different way, in a new way every day. So make that intention every day, 5 minutes, just to drop to your heart and ache to feel it. Ache to feel that part of you that just feels like one with Source Creator. Ache to feel that part of you through which all collections of light and consciousness and beings throughout all creation are just waiting for you to say, hey, I'm here. I'm here. I have the intention to wake up to who I am as love. Because that heals all illness. And if each and every one of us spent 5 minutes a day just sending love and imagining everyone in India in a beautiful high vibrational meditation, just raising their consciousness so that their cells and their bodies do not attract viruses. So that our consciousness on our planet was so high that we never caught another virus again, because we loved one another and our hearts were just pulling that love to and from one another in this beautiful thread of oneness and infinity that is love. Our consciousness dictates no more cells that create illness. No more cancer, no more viruses, no more problems where anyone, anybody, any child is left abused. For dear ones, dear ones, if you knew that everybody in front of you, those ones that you damn and those ones that you swear at, if you knew that they were God, and why we look at the violence on our planet and the aggression on our planet in a different way, for they are all God, are they not? And the children come home and they see the violence and they talk about the little fights in their playgrounds. And as I said to my son last week, if we all knew that each and every one of us were God and Source, Creator, and Spirit of the most highest emanations that are connected with the archangels and the masters that we have prayed under, and we have alchemized and we have statues, because it is, and they are. Would you punch God? Would you punch Spirit? Would you punch the Christ? No. So how have we made everyone else so separate? The Christ is in all. So let's just love. Let's just love. Just put the pettiness aside and just love. Just open your hearts and just love. Be the vibration of love. We're one. We're one. We're alchemizing. We're alchemizing. We're alchemizing. We're alchemizing through love. That's the only way. Be that of the vibration of love. Because you are loved. You're dearly loved. And we send prayers and love and goodness and healing to all those that are suffering, that need and require just a moment of goodness and a moment of, I belong, I belong, I belong. So just close your eyes and imagine yourself being held by the Holy Creators, that being sent the highest vibration of Christed love, being sent the highest vibrations of codes and angelic frequencies of unconditional love and belonging, and just activate through pure intention to receive. I activate that my mind, heart, body, pure heart and soul of all that I am. And with this intention, I activate my intention to see and feel and experience myself as love and as oneness. I ache to feel myself as a part of the collective and align my destiny and align who I am, body, mind, heart, and soul, to a new vibration of who I am. Because I know I come from all galaxies and all omnipresence, and I'm here to be the alignment of love. I'm here to be the vessel of love. I'm here to be the emanation of love in my unique way, and why my guidance and my sovereignty is who I am and how I direct myself in all ways. And through my intuition and through my discernment, I am the heart's blessing and creation of our sacredness of all that is life and all that is one. And I allow myself to feel and hear and know all that is one. For when I am turned on to love, I'm able to see and feel and hear all. I'm connected with Spirit. I'm connected with all my intuitions. I'm connected with how I am directed. And I'm connected with all people on the planet that are suffering, that just need a sending of love and compassion and goodness, for we are partners in love. Thank you, Arcturians. I'm so grateful. Thank you. So they're saying that we remember you in your infancy, when you were so excited to go about your playground and just play and be one with another. Couldn't wait to see who was in the playground to play. This is your planet. This is your playground, dear ones. Can you be excited to who's in your playground? And can you be excited to meet them in a new way? Can you just put the put the borders and the boundaries and what you've been taught and told about one another? Can you put all that aside? Can you put all the stories of the past aside and you say, who's going to be in my playground to play today? You're here for a reason. You're in front of me for a reason. We're friends. I know you from far off lands and far off places. We are friends. We are of a family of one. How can we help one another, and how can we help our communities, and how can we help those that need that help? That's why we're here. We are the compassionate ones, dear lighted ones. We're not here for no accident or no reason. Source is not superfluous. It's all elegant. It's all beautiful. Systems upon systems upon systems of elegant design of love. And so maybe we be it. Always, always, always. All thoughts, all words, all deeds align with love. All thoughts, all words, all deeds. You are worthy. You are purposeful. You are meant to be here. You are meant to arise. You are meant to claim and own who you are. You are meant to harmonize all that you are, your higher self, your soul, your bodies, your fields, to call in that light and be who you are anew. Express who you are anew. Call forward your soul anew. And allow yourself to align in your highest and in your best, and know that your intentions of prayer, your intentions of light, your intentions of healing for your families, for all families, is felt and heard through the all. Your intention, your purity of heart counts. That's how you create matter. Make no mistake about it. Never underestimate the power of Source. To the purity of your heart, to the openness of your compassion, just to be love. Never underestimate it, dear lighted ones. And you will move mountains. And every master came here to show us that and to remind us of that we are the power of love within us, to create the love without, as within, as without. And we are all that is above and below. We are it all. It's not outside of you, it is within. And you're here to remember that and bring it forward in any way that you feel excited to be just you, because you belong, because you are a child of sacredness. And we honor you, and we honor all those. Having pineal activations. I'm just going to see if they have a word. Thank you, Gaia. I'm just going to put my feet on the ground and see if Gaia has some more activations. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you. Clearing, thank you. I'm one with you, Gaia. Thank you. The Elohim and the angels and the fairies and the gnomes and the pixies. Thank you. Oh, yeah, Maya, 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 Maya. Hey, ne, Maya, 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 Maya. Give sacred prayers to those that have lost their lives. Sacred light. Thank you for our oneness that we ground, that sacredness. Thank you. They're just showing me that the okay if I share that image. Thank you. There was an image of the souls that were being lovingly transported in India. Their souls going into the ground and loving Gaia and then coming back up to be taken. All the angels carrying all of their souls down into Gaia to say their blessing and their love, and then back up into their collective angelic counterparts to be held safely in the co-creation. Their souls had sacred purpose for the stories that they show you, dear ones. Allow your hearts to sing in joy for all that is life and honor it. It's a gift. Life is a gift. It's so sacred. Be the vibration of sacredness, dear lighter ones. We are one. We are one, we are one, we are one. Regardless of body, regardless of form, regardless of color, regardless of religious domination, regardless of borders or boundaries or country that you belong to, or visas. We are one. We are a family of one from all dimensions, all timelines, all DNA, all celestial bodies, all realms. We are one. We are one. We are one. There is only the Creator. And that Creator is held within our hearts. And we are sown as one. Divine light of holy creators. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi Shishiyamai Tataka Tke Shishiyaya Tke Hi Tke Mai Tke Hi Shishiyaya Tataka Pai Tke Hi Shishiyaya Tataka Tataka Moi Tke Shishiyaya Tataka. So they're showing me that when you sing and when you allow yourselves to sing and be of joy in the song, whatever it is that you sing, you become the song of creation, and that all hearts through all creation of your brethren and your sisters always understand and hear you singing. And I often think about this all the time, because my household has always been one where my kids and so we're just always singing, and we're whistling and singing, and there's always song in the house, different rooms and different vibrations. So they were just showing me that when we sing, because that is the common language, isn't it? Isn't our music the common language of love and our connection of oneness? Doesn't matter where you come from or the language that you speak, a song is a song, and it moves through our hearts. So when we sing and we allow our hearts to open in that way, we're allowing all that we are as spirit to be heard from all realms, all dimensions, for that song is the harmonic of God. Song, spirit, source, creator, all that is love, the movement of love. That our connection is far heard and far felt. Whether you believe it or not, it is. That's the quantumness of God. That's the now of God. That when you open your hearts and you sing, your brothers hear it and feel it and sense it on the other side. That's our oneness. That's the song of oneness. We are one, we are one. Holy, holy light. We are one, dear lighter ones. We love you so much. Our links are below for those of you that so desire to join and connect with us on our classes. We're so grateful, so grateful. Thank you, creators. We love you all, and you are one with us. We wish you rainbow love and rainbow tickles. We love you. And please send a prayer of love and light and understanding and deep, deep compassion for all of those that are suffering. And may our communities and may our families and may all of our borders come down, and may we live in oneness and peace and light. Thank you, dear lighted ones. We love you. Thank you, creators. Thank you to the benevolence of oneness. Thank you. Thank you.